Hey guys, Chris here. In today's video, we're going to talk about a car I haven't talked about or touched upon since its, debut. First, it was shown to the press last year, and that is the Polestar 2. And I'm actually very excited to talk about this car, and we'll dive deep into the details. But before we do that, guys, if you aren't subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me a lot. I'm really trying to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark before the summer is over, so please hit that button down below. And as many as 92% of you guys are watching aren't subscribed, so I would really much appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. As I said, it really helps the channel a lot. And if you want to follow more car stuff, follow me on Instagram. Link is in the description down below. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the Polestar 2. I have, as per usual, some notes here on my screen, and we're going to compare it to its main competitor, which is the Tesla Model 3. So first off, I'm going to talk about what it cost here in Norway, because I'm assuming that maybe a lot of my viewers are Norwegian at this point. I'm Norwegian, I live in Norway, and this car actually debuted here in Norway. And just to give you guys a comparison, that Norway has one of the most expensive new car prices when it comes to petrol and diesel cars in the world. But regarding electric car prices, we have no VAT, we have no taxes on electric cars. So we actually have some of the cheapest electric car prices here in the world. So that's quite, funny, and to Norwegians, that's quite amazing actually, and that gives us an incentive to buy electric cars. That's why, almost 50% of new car sales last year were EVs. 42%, I think, almost 43% of new car sales last year were pure EV vehicles. So the Polestar 2 starts at 469,000 kroners, and direct conversion to US dollars is just below $50,000, so 49.8 or something like that. And in the US, the Polestar 2 starts at just below $60,000, so 59,900. So there's a $10,000 delta between the Polestar 2 in Norway and in the US. But we're going to stick to Norwegian prices to make this simple. So for your 469,000 Norwegian kroners, or 50,000 US dollars, you get a 408 horsepower electric motor, or actually two electric motors, one on each axle, giving it a combined output of 408 horsepower and four-wheel drive. You get a 78 kilowatt hour battery pack, which gives this car a 470 kilometer WLTP range, or 292 miles. As I said, four-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, and yeah, those are some impressive stats. So if you spec this car up, not fully spec, but if you spec this car up with, the Pilot package and the Plus package, you add metallic paint and leather seats, we're talking about a price of 551,000 Norwegian kroners, which translates to just above 58,000 US dollars. And for that price, this is actually an amazing deal. This is actually one of the most competitive electric cars at the moment, considering range, performance, and you're getting a premium product with one of the best and coolest tech in the car business today. The first, car to launch with Android or with Google Auto. That's amazing, with Android built in as the infotainment system in the car. That is very exciting. So what does the competition from the Tesla Model 3 look like? Well, you start with the standard range Plus, which starts at 46,000 US dollars, or 430,000 Norwegian kroners. So a $4,000 difference there. That gives you a range of 409 kilometers, or 256 miles. LTP. That also gives you rear wheel drive and a 0 to 60 time of 5.6 seconds. But when you spec that car up with, with autopilot, which at this point is more advanced than pilot assist in the Polestar, I'm not going to dispute that, but well, you either have to go for the pilot or autopilot or not. And if you go for that option, which is basically the only option, they end up at the same $58,000. But you get a Harman Kardon sound system in the Polestar. You get a few bobs and bits here and there that you don't get in the Tesla Model 3. So dollar for dollar or kroner for kroner, they are equally priced when you spec them out with this. And the Polestar, actually, I spec'd out with 20-inch wheels and 20-inch winter wheels. The Tesla Model 3 is spec'd with 19-inch summer wheels and 18-inch winter wheels. So actually, if you go for the standard wheel packages, or the comparative same size wheel packages, the Polestar just is a bit cheaper, and for that is an amazing deal. But with the Tesla Model 3, you also have the long range, and that's where things get a bit interesting. It starts at 485,000 Norwegian kroners, but when you spec it out, it ends up at $64,000 or 598,000 kroners. So you have a price difference of $6,000 there, which is quite a bit, but for that you actually get a range of 560 kilometers or 350 miles WLTP, which is, well, that's quite a bit more than the Polestar 2 actually. And you also get four-wheel drive, and you get a 0 to 60 time of 4.6 seconds, so a bit more performance. But well, 4.6 versus 4.8, well, there isn't much difference there. The difference you get is within range. So the Polestar 2 actually sits right in between the standard range plus and the long range of the Tesla Model 3. So there is room for Polestar to come with a range plus version, which for a $6,000 add-on or extra could, give you a comparable range to the Tesla Model 3. There is room there in the pricing. So if we look at these cars side by side, they're about the same size and they look very different. I think the Polestar 2 looks amazing on the exterior, especially when you spec it with 20-inch wheels and in white or a gray color. I think it looks really cool. It has a very distinct look, and it also has a hatch instead of a normal saloon boot, meaning it's more practical. But, well, you might like the Tesla Model 3 more on the outside. I don't think it's an ugly car. I think it's one of the best looking Teslas since the Model S. But I think the Polestar 2 just looks so much better. But when it comes to interior, the Polestar 2 has a more traditional interior with a digital gauge cluster in front of the driver, and then the Android-based infotainment system screen in the center console, which reminds us more of the screen in the Tesla Model S, because it is a horizontally laid out instead of vertically laid out like in the Tesla Model 3. But the rest of the interior goes, we know that, well, Teslas don't have the best build quality, and they certainly don't have the best quality control, because both interior and exterior panel gaps and quality control, there have been a lot of issues there for many years. But put that aside, the Tesla or the Polestar 2 just is built on the CMA platform, shares a lot of materials and material qualities with the Volvo XC40, and we just know, or from what I've read and from tests I've seen, that it's just a superior interior to sit in the materials. And I think the design is also superior. I think it looks really cool with that floating screen. I just think it looks quite amazing. So in my opinion, if you want the most range for your money, well, go for the Tesla Model 3. A long range, you'll get, if you're able to pay that extra, that premium to get that extra range, well, you can't go wrong with that. But in every other regard, if you can live with, the range of 470 kilometers or 292 miles, well, I think the Polestar 2 is a superior vehicle. I haven't test driven it yet. I'm really trying to get a test drive now, but it was just launched last week here in Norway, or 2 weeks ago. And I've been, well, I know haven't done a test drive in ages, but this is a car I'm really excited to do a test drive on. So I'm really trying to get a hold of a press vehicle now, but they seem to be fully booked in, well, for a long time in the foreseeable future. So as soon as I get a hold of a press car, I'm going to bring you guys some real world testing. But until then, guys, let me know in the comments down below which car you would choose. Would you choose the Tesla Model 3 or the Polestar 2? I'm really excited to hear. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And for more car content, as always, guys, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.